Hello everyone and welcome to Cinnamum. Today we are going to be making soaked tortilla shells. Soaked tortilla shells can save you quite a bit of money instead of purchasing them. And you don't really need a whole lot of ingredients, just flour, water, lard, some apple cider vinegar, some baking powder, and some salt. Let's get started. 1 and 2 cups of flour and a 1/4 cup of lard. And then we just mash in the lard with the fork. And once that's been mostly mushed in, I like to take my fingers and just go through it and make sure it's all mixed together. It kind of feels like little crumbs, or if you've ever stuck your hands in cornmeal, you kind of want to get something similar to that feeling where it's all crumbly. And so are you mixing it too? Alright, now that we've got that, we need to add in 3/4 cup of water. This is 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Okay, now you pour that in there. Good job! And now we mix it together. And before we actually make the tortillas, like now we're going to let it soak for 10 to 24 hours. Then we're going to add our baking powder, because we need to add in 1 teaspoon of baking powder and some salt. Alright, now this has been sitting for about 10 to 12 hours, and we will add 1 teaspoon of baking powder and some salt. Now we blend it together with our hands. You will probably need about another cup of white flour for the rolling out of the dough. Now it is sticky, you can see that, but it's not like sticking to me terribly much. And what I like to do is divide this into 12. So first I just split it in half, and then split each of those into half again. And now each of these 4 balls, I just roll them out into a little bit of a loggy kind of shape. And then divide them into 3. Now I preheat my pan onto medium heat. I do tend to need to turn it down after a while, but anywhere between 4 and 6, if you have a 10 setting for maximum, tends to be good. You might have to play around with the setting a bit on your own. I like to roll them really thin because, well, that's how my mom always made them, so. You actually can get a nice size out of this, and because we soaked them, they end up softer when they're cooked. Now this is cooked for long enough, and we just plop this on the plate. See, that's exactly how we want it to look. Just put a towel over top of it to keep it from drying out. And I keep rolling them out as I'm going. Generally in the beginning I can roll out 1 per side. Sometimes after a while I actually need to stop partway through rolling one out to flip them, because as the pan gets hotter they cook much faster. So now the great thing about making your own tortilla shells is you actually save quite a bit of money. The total cost of making tortilla shells, this batch of tortilla shells actually, is only about 25 to 30 cents for 1 batch of tortilla shells. And when you buy them in the stores, I don't know, depending on where you live, where I live here in Canada, one bag of tortilla shells costs $4. And if you can get them on a sale, you're lucky. This is how you can tell that they're done on the one side. It starts to bubble up. So you know, I've just rolled out one complete one while frying up one. And that's exactly what we want right there. I'm going to turn my heat down to 4 now.